I'll say that. Next question, do you think Chikara is overrated? No, they're not overrated at all. The production is great. The storylines are great. The characters are great. It's very, very fun. They don't need to put on amazing matches for every single show. It's a storyline kind of thing, and the wrestling is very, very solid, though. It's not amazing, but it's fun, though. It's just so much fun. This is, storylines done right, PG done right. I have no problems with it, and at the same time, you still got guys like Mike Quackenbush and Eddie Kingston, and guys who can still really, really go. So, I mean, I won't say it's overrated at all. If anything, I think it's underrated, because I just don't think it gets enough attention, actually. So, next question, do you think Samoa Joe ever returned to the independent scene? Yeah, I mean, it's very, very likely. I mean, the way things are going now, you would expect it, but I don't see it happening, though. I think Joe needs the money. I think Joe is a bigger draw than guys like Homicide and Christopher Daniels, and I think Bischoff and Hogan realized that, so I think he'll be sticking around. But as far as Joe and Ring of Honor goes, nothing for him to accomplish. He's had his farewell tour. I mean, if he does come back, it'll kind of be kind of like Colt Cabana, kind of like why are you coming back? What can you really do that you haven't done before? Kind of be a little bit stale, but it'd be great to see Joe back, though. But I don't see him, returning to his old former self in 2004, 2005. But there could be some nice dream matches that will take place. But I would not want it to happen. I like to see Joe become a bigger star. Maybe Joe signs with WWE. I actually like to see that without any Umaga type of gimmick. I think that would be pretty cool. Next questions are from Fafash. I'm not sure if I'm saying the name right. I apologize. Do you think Aries is unfairly judged as a wrestler based on his work, opposed to how good he was in circa 2007, 2008, when he was really, really only second to Dragon as far as wrestling goes, and second to Bryan Danielson as far as great wrestling skills? So do you think Aries is kind of, people are judging him based on his character and him not wrestling that intense nowadays? I think a lot of people are forgetting how good Austin Aries is, and kind of jumping on the David Richards bandwagon. But even David Richards will tell you that Austin Aries is still probably the best wrestler in Ring of Honor right now, when he was in Ring of Honor. As far as storytelling goes, Aries is the total package. And definitely, he's just he just hasn't had the match quality to kind of prove that he's still as good as he used to be, but deep down inside it's still there. I think he's smart, though. He knew. Obviously, I think he's been going through some neck problems, and I think he realized he was getting stale and just wanted to change his style. But Aries could still definitely go. I think when he comes back to Dragon Gate USA and starts working for Gabe Sapolsky again, I think we'll see a mixture of the charismatic Aries and the ultra great athletic wrestler of Austin Aries, and people will start to realize just how great this guy really is. So. Next question is, do you think Chris Hero is overrated? That young knockout kid, Chris Hero, he KOs with his elbow. Yeah, no, Chris Hero is not overrated at all. Chris Hero is the man. He's like, I think someone said this on his video. Chris Hero, why are you God? Yeah, I mean, he's the closest thing to God in professional wrestling right now. He cut great promos, he's got the great look, he's got the great elbows, he loves wrestling. He uploads promos all day long on YouTube. I mean, I love Chris Hero, and I think he's I think he's underrated. And I'd love to see him be the Ring of Honor champion one more time. And I would love to see a Chris Hero Edge match at WrestleMania before Edge retires in the next couple of years. So we'll see what happens there. Do you feel David Richards is kind of too one-dimensional? Because he doesn't sell a lot. There's not a lot of psychology in his matches. I would kind of disagree with that. I think Davey is kind of an underrated storyteller. If Davey went back, if Davey wrestled like Austin Aries, he wouldn't be as great as, he wouldn't be as appreciated as he is right now. I think that's one of the things. People want to be kind of, I don't know. We don't need to see, picking apart a body part and selling every single move. I think, like I said before, I think selling is necessary, but it doesn't have to be done to death. And I think Davey has that Japanese style, that go mentality. I mean, people have criticized him about his lack of selling, lack of psychology before, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think he can work a storytelling kind of match. If you watch the match he had with Bryan Danielson, I thought there was a lot of good storytelling elements there. There was some good selling. Maybe not everything he does is exactly the right way to do it, but yeah, it's still there though. I mean, even the match with Aries. I mean, maybe he needed to be carried to have that great of a storytelling kind of match, but the bottom line is David Rich can still get it done, and you know, he wouldn't be where he is now if he, you know, if he resorted to just storytelling and kind of limited his intensity and his fighting spirit abilities. So I would just say that. All right, next question we have from God 2698. Who has better in-ring skills, Angle or Benoit? A very, very tough question. Someone said this beautifully a while back. He said, you know, maybe Angle's a better wrestler, but maybe Benoit seemed to carve his niche into it a little bit more, which Benoit pretty much perfected the craft a little bit more than Angle. I would definitely say that. I think Angle is a better performer. He's more of a better Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania, I'm going to deliver a great performance wrestler than a Benoit. I think Benoit was better at having good technical wrestling matches with better psychology. People used to knock Angle for his psychology a lot in 2003, but I would say Benoit pretty much perfected the art of professional wrestling a little bit more than Angle did, but Angle is the better performer, high flyer, you know, entertainer. I would say that. What's the best ROH pay-per-view ever? Man Up, definitely Man Up from 2007. All right, Nutty Rock Chick. If you could put together 4 matches with wrestlers from any era or any promotion to create your ultimate dream match, who would you pick? You know, I would love to see David Richards and Kurt Angle go at it. You know, that's a match that I really, really want to see. Kenta and Kurt Angle will be an amazing match that I would love to check out. Ric Flair versus, I want to see Angle for everything, but, you know, Ric Flair versus Shawn Michaels is another one that definitely stands out. Trying to think of something else. Samoa Joe versus Brock Lesnar, great match there. That's something I would really, really love to see. Chris Benoit versus Low-Ki would have been a crazy, insane match. Eddie Guerrero versus Shawn Michaels is something that I really thought should have happened. And I could go on and on and on with dream matches, but yeah, those are just a few right there. And obviously, the mother of all dream matches right now is Bryan Danielson versus Kurt Angle. So, yeah. All right, next up is what is your favorite show or pay-per-view from every promotion you watch? My favorite Ring of Honor show is Glory of Honor 5 Night 2. Favorite WWE show is SummerSlam 2002. Favorite TNA pay-per-view ever, I'm going to say Sacrifice 2007, just as a personal favorite. PWG, my favorite PWG show is Guerre Sans Frontières. I think that's how you say it. Favorite Chikara show ever? I don't know. Probably King of Trios 2009 as a whole, or maybe Anniversario Yang. I think that's definitely up there. But I'll probably say the Minami Toyota show from Brooklyn. Savage. I forget the name of the show. Something Savage eats Michigan's grass. Or I forget what the name of the show is. It's something about savages. Through Savage cuts the jungle line. I think that's the name of the show. All right, next is what are your thoughts on Jon Moxley and Drake Younger? And do you like Sage Francis? I haven't seen enough of Sage Francis. Saw some of the promos that he's cut. Haven't seen his Young Lions Cup Night 2 match yet. But like I've talked about Moxley enough. Now, Moxley's pretty much been the star of this Q&A video. But Drake Younger, I haven't seen enough of him, to tell you the truth. CZW, I was hoping Instant Classic G1 would review some CZW stuff, but he seems to be kind of against reviews right now, so I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen enough of his CZW work. That's supposed to be where he's at his best, hardcore type of wrestling. I saw some matches in Evolve. Honestly, I wasn't really that impressed. He's kind of out of shape. He's good, though. He's a good worker. His Chikara match with the Unstable was very, very fun. I would say that, but I need to see more of him. I need to see a lot more wrestling, to tell you the truth. It seems like all I do is watch wrestling, but still haven't seen enough, so it's kind of fucked up. All right, next up we have... Alright, I can't remember whose question. Oh, this is from C-Lot, his continuation of some of his questions. In the past 1 to 2 years, guys were over with the crowd, and I'm sorry, he said it like this. In the past 1 to 2 years, we've seen guys that were really, really over with the crowd and chant next world champ. But then when they win the title, all those fans who cheer for them now boo them. We seem to have seen this happen with Tyler Black. Obviously, we've seen it with Cena and Randy Orton. Can you see this happening with anyone else? This is just the way the businesses went. I think Cena has pretty much metamorphosized the whole business. And that's what happens when we have a babyface champion that's kind of stale and really isn't living up to expectations. The fans are just going to turn on them. And with Ring of Honor, it's always going to happen. No matter who's the champion, people are going to turn on them. However, once a Stone Cold Steve Austin, someone that's that appreciated and that loved as a babyface, we're probably not going to see it again. But that's the type of guy that needs to come around again. And I just don't see it happening. But I think when Davey wins the title, though, as long as he doesn't change his style, if he still has that edge to him and he still puts on the great matches, I would say that he can pretty much maintain his fan base without anyone turning on him. If you go to a Ring of Honor show, no one's turning on David Richards, no one's booing him, no one's doing anything to him. So next question is from